The situation in the Middle East has gone from bad to worse following Donald Trump's invasion of Iran. We just learned that a fourth U.S. service member has been pronounced dead. The amount of seriously wounded U.S. service members has climbed to 18. Also, in response to all of the very serious and deeply troubling news coming out of Iran and the Middle East, Donald Trump has issued the following statement to the American people. He said this to the New York Post moments ago, quote, "I don't have the yips with respect to the boots on the ground. Like every president says, there will be no boots on the ground. I don't say it. I say probably don't need them, or if they were necessary, because I don't have the yips. I don't have the yips." Statement from Donald Trump right there. War is spreading throughout the entire Middle East. Iran is not relenting. There was a disastrous press conference held this morning by Donald Trump's Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Dan Kane. They talked about a war that could last a very long period of time, weeks, potentially months. Also, Donald Trump's been calling into reporters and saying that he is not ruling out boots on the ground. The specific quote from Donald Trump is, "We are going to be escalating this even more soon. It's going to get even less safe. We haven't even hit them," referring to Iran, hard yet, Donald Trump says. He's also been making a number of other kind of deranged quotes about how he's not ruling out. He said other presidents, they're afraid of putting boots on the ground. I'm not afraid of putting boots on the ground. I'm going to do whatever it is that I'm going to do. We also learned that there were 3 F-15s that were struck by Kuwait in a friendly fire incident. U.S. Air Force fighter jets were mistakenly shot down by Kuwaiti air defenses. Fortunately, all of the individuals on board those airplanes were safe and they did not die. They all were able to eject, but a major friendly fire incident over there in Kuwait. I want to go through what else is going on. Let's just take this piece by piece of what we are learning this morning. CENTCOM posted the following update. As of 7:30 a.m., March 2nd, 4 U.S. service members have been killed in action. The 4th service member, who was seriously wounded during Iran's initial attack, eventually succumbed to their injuries. 18 American service members seriously wounded so far during this operation, the U.S. military's ongoing strike campaign against Iran. According to a spokesperson from U.S. Central Command, Iranian forces also hit a U.S. flagged tanker, the Stena Imperative, in the port of Bahrain today, setting the vessel on fire. And while all of this was going on, Donald Trump says it's going to get less safe. We haven't started to hit them hard yet. The big wave hasn't even happened yet. The big one is coming soon. Then Donald Trump called up CNN and told Jake Tapper the following as well. Let's just play this clip.
To that. And President Trump, I'm just hearing in my ear, just told my colleague Jake Tapper that the big wave is yet to come. So clearly things are going to be escalating, not de-escalating in the future.
Well, I think the imminent threat goes back to nuclear weapons.
The assessment was it could take 10 years.
Oh,
10 years for an ICBM.
We know they have.
But Trump said it was obliterated. The nuclear weapons were obliterated. So
we know they have stockpiles of nuclear material.
We can see the satellite imagery right here, dated Sunday, March 1st, obtained by Planet Labs and Airbus Defense and Space. Hat tip to the fine folks at OSINT Defender who have done a good job at least compiling all this stuff. And analyzed by the New York Times, you can see extensive damage that's been done to the U.S. Naval Support Activity Base in Bahrain, the headquarters of the U.S. Navy's 5th Fleet right there. Look at the before. Look at the after right here. Also, according to ABC, all U.S. military bases are now under Threat Condition Bravo, which is basically one of the highest level threats of terroristic activity there. Ali Laranjani, who is one of the top military officials in Iran, runs their national security, their version of their National Security Council, has put out the following statement this morning. Iran, unlike the United States, has prepared itself for a long war. And here's the statement that was put out by the Islamic regime. As in the past 300 years, Iran did not start this war, and our brave armed forces have not engaged in any tactics except in defense. We will fiercely defend ourselves and our our 6,000-year-old civilization, regardless of the cost, and will make the enemies sorry for their miscalculations. He then posted, Trump has betrayed America first to adopt Israel first, and then posted, Trump's wishful thinking has dragged the whole region into an unnecessary war, and now he is rightly worried about more American casualties. It is indeed very sad that he is sacrificing American treasure and blood to advance Netanyahu's illegitimate expansionist ambitions. He also posts, we will not negotiate with the United States. So folks, it doesn't seem like Iran is going to be relenting or going to be surrendering or going to be even negotiating with Donald Trump at this point. At the same time, we know that the Kremlin, Donald Trump's buddy, Vladimir Putin, says that Russia is in continuous contact with Iran's leadership over what Moscow calls outright aggression against Tehran, and has expressed deep disappointment in how events unfolded. So as Donald Trump continues to be a Putin bootlicker, you have Putin and China also siding here with Iran, as we knew they would. Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense, held a unhinged press conference this morning with the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Dan Kane, and he just started doing Clint Eastwood quotes. It was very bizarre, this press conference. Let me show you what went down. When he was asked, so is this war going to take, 4 weeks, 6 weeks? How long is it going to take, Pete Hegseth? He then attacks NBC and says that's a typical NBC gotcha question. If it's 4 weeks, 6 weeks, it could move up. Just stop asking these questions. Here, play this clip.
Ability that we have over there.
I heard the question about 4 weeks. It's the typical NBC sort of gotcha type question. President Trump has all the latitude in the world to talk about how long it may or may not take. 4 weeks, 2 weeks, 6 weeks. It could move up. It could move back. We're going to execute at his command the objectives we've set out to achieve. And what he has shown an ability to do that other presidents can't quite seem to have the aperture to do. Well, Joe Biden didn't even know what he was doing, is to look for opportunities and off-ramps and escalations for the United States that creates new opportunities to execute what we need on our own timeline. So you can play games about 4 weeks, 5 weeks. He has all the latitude, and I'm glad he does, because there's no better communicator than our president expressing those things.
Daily Mail.
I've been in meetings with the president for the last 2.5 days. We know exactly where his headspace is, and he will communicate as he should exactly what he would like, and we will follow those orders. And I think everything he said on that is right down the middle.
Chairman, did you
Absolutely.
have
Yes, right there. Yes, sir.
Then Hegseth starts to do these bizarre one-liners where he's like, this is not so-called regime change, but this is changing the regime. Here, play this clip.
Iran was building powerful missiles and drones to create a conventional shield for their nuclear blackmail ambitions. Let me say that again. A conventional shield for their nuclear blackmail ambitions. Our bases, our people, our allies, all in their crosshairs. Iran had a conventional gun to our head as they tried to lie their way to a nuclear bomb. It almost worked under Obama and his terrible deal, but not under this president. Turns out the regime who chanted death to America and death